you might expect. If you have access to a body of water as wonderful as in the Chamonix Creek, we're going to utilize it. Your kids will get to paddle, boat, and fish. And the fish, well, we have all sorts of panfish. We have sunfish, we have catfish, we have bass, a whole variety for your kids to enjoy. So our goal, have them outdoors in nature as nature intended. One of the more commonly asked questions that we get from parents and the children are, how are the bunks broken out, or the groups that the children are separated into? Of course, they're going to be broken out by, first, gender, and that's because the boys have to change to go swimming with the boys, and the girls have to change to go swimming with the girls. Additionally, they're broken out by age. And there's never more than an 18-month swing in age within a bunk. And the groups are generally between 15 and 18 children. There's a senior counselor, which is an adult, like myself, additionally, there's a junior counselor. A junior counselor optimally would be a college student that's interning or off for the summer and working here, or it's a high school student recently graduated on their way to college. So your children are always going to have two sets of eyes watching them at all times. And then, of course, we have a CIT program, which is counselor in training, and those are 13, 14, and 15-year-olds who come to camp, but they also have minimal responsibilities. So if a junior or senior counselor needs a hand taking a 4-year-old to the lavatory, they'll use a CIT in that situation. Now, I'm going to show you one of the better ideas that have come up as of late. Last year at the end of season, one of our counselors said, this is what I would love to do. And he wanted us to incorporate a science and nature center that he wanted to head up. 9 months out of the year, he's a science teacher. We thought it was a fabulous idea, and I can't wait to show you everything that we're putting together for our Science and Nature Center. This is our new Science and Nature Center. Here, there's going to be some tanks. Maybe they're going to learn about tadpoles, maybe have a terrarium or two. Our Science and Nature director, he's going to take them on nature hikes. He's going to point out local flora and fauna, insects and plants. You're going to learn about the local wildlife that's common to Bucks County and Philadelphia. And certainly he's put some other posters up on the walls about the life cycle of a frog, or perhaps the water cycle, or how clouds form, things of that nature. And of course, we've started to get in some of our the tools that he's going to be used with the children, the microscopes, magnifying glasses, binoculars, goggles, all the things that they would need. Now, he's going to make sure that they have our goal is to make sure that the children have a strong sense of being good stewards for the environment. So, and if you think about it this way, even on a rainy day, the children could go start perhaps arts and crafts, go see a movie, go to our indoor rock climbing wall, perhaps our Wee Lab, come transition down here to our Science and Nature Center. And here we've had a full day. So it's another wonderful addition to the Cherokee Day Camp. Are your kids hockey fans? I know I am. Flyers through and through. Well, if we're outside playing field hockey, you can rest assured, no matter how hard they're hit with this, they're going to have fun. We're all about safety and fun all at the same time. Now I'd like to imagine you picturing this. Moms, you would want to get these for at home with your husbands. This is for a game we call combat. No matter how hard you're hit with it, it doesn't hurt. And imagine 40 kids out in the field all playing combat. It's like a big old pillow fight. And I tell you, there's nothing wears down a bunch of kids in a pillow fight for 40 minutes. It's a lot of fun, and they get all tuckered out, come home, they tell you about their adventure, and then after dinner they want their heads to hit the pillow because they're so darn tuckered. This is one of our restroom facilities. We have several throughout the property, so it's always easy access for when nature calls. And of course, we're always surrounded by nature. And if the children are coming in from the outdoors and they don't need to use the restrooms, well, there's always a wash basin so they can wash their hands if necessary. Next stop, our Wee Lab. Always something to do on a rainy day. Here we are, we're standing in the middle of our Wee Lab. As mentioned, we put a heavy focus and emphasis on even ensuring that your children, our campers and guests, still have a wonderful experience even on a rainy day. So, as you see here in this room, we have 3 flat screen TVs and 3 Wii consoles. In the next room, we have an additional 4 flat screen TVs and an additional 4 Wii consoles. The Wii is our console of choice because it's our belief and philosophy to keep your children moving no matter rain or shine. We want them to enjoy the indoor activities just as much as they enjoy the outdoor activities. We can support up to 40 children playing Wii all at once. This is our auditorium/cafeteria. This room serves multi-purpose. But first, let's get into the meals and how they work. The children, when they're greeted by the counselors in the morning, they're asked would they like the cold selection for the day, which could consist of a cheese sandwich, tuna fish, or perhaps PB&J. Or then they'll be asked if they'd like the hot selection for the day, which might be mac and cheese, hot dogs and hamburgers, pasta and meatballs, manwich, things of that nature. Now, Marlene takes great pride in not only feeding her own daughter, Alexandra, wonderful food and meal selections, but she also makes sure that she doesn't feed your children anything less than what she'd feed her own. She prepares the meals here on site, and we do not have fryers. Everything's stovetop or oven made. Also, this room acts as you can see, our drama center where we have a stage, and it also acts as our G-rated movie theater for the little wee ones, what we call our little engines, 3, 4, and 5-year-olds who would prefer to see G films rather than PG films. Additionally, as we've mentioned, we also have a heavy focus or emphasis on making sure that people have fun things to do on rainy days. Last year, we installed this indoor rock climbing wall. The different colors indicate different difficulty levels. And so the children can enjoy and have fun climbing the rock climbing wall even on a rainy day. And before you ask, no one's ever made it into the rafters. In the first week of camp, every child's assigned a team, whether it be the blue team or the green team. And why do we do that? Well, because we want to foster a sense of team building and also a sense of competition. And you can't have team building if you don't have teams. Now, throughout the course of the summer, there's going to be little competitions here and there, and they'll do some skits together, and they'll put together some great team activities. But then somewhere around week 7, we have what we call Color Wars. And Color Wars is essentially a spirit day with blue versus green. Everybody comes together and has fun and really enjoys the atmosphere.
Well, thank you so much for joining us on our tour here at Cherokee Day Camp. We were glad to have you along. Also, if you know anyone who attended Cherokee this past season, be sure to ask them how much fun they had. But beware, you'll be there a while. Also, we want to remind you that if you're already a Cherokee family, well, remember, we have a referral program, and we'd love to adopt friends and families of yours and bring them into the Cherokee family. And that will enable you to enjoy special discounts and privileges.
You can find us at CherokeePA.com. That's CherokeePA.com. CherokeePA.com. Or you could give a call anytime at 215-752-7613. Ask for Earl. I'd be glad to give you a personal tour myself. Bye-bye now.